Is this the chicken market? You can go insane waiting for a phone call that never came. But I did get a phone call from an old lady asking, is this the chicken market?
Hi, I'm Erwin Chusid. This is WFMU in Jersey City, New Jersey.
I want to introduce you to some musicians that I call outsiders. This underground genre contains some of the most marginal, innocent, shockingly original music you've never heard. A perfect antidote to polished pop.
I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine. I walk the line.
First up, we've got scat singer extraordinaire Shooby Taylor. If the outsider music world needed a poster boy, it's Shooby.
Everyone at FMU had a similar reaction when we first heard Shooby's music, which is that, you know, I don't want this to sound condescending, but it's ridiculous in many ways. There's nothing like it. It's so over the top.
I also really like this note too.
The Shooby Taylor tape has been circulating for about 10 years or so, and we never had any idea whether we'd ever find this guy. We didn't know if he was dead or alive.
I just had to meet the guy who would make that kind of sound. I just had to know why.
When I met Rick Getz over the summer, and he swore that he would find Shooby Taylor, I said, man, good luck in your hunt. I really hope you do find him.
I was not that hopeful. By the time I started calling Harlem, I called up, hi, I'm looking for a musician named William Taylor, was how the phone call always began.
I says, yes, I know Shooby Taylor. Matter of fact, he's my father.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but he's actually got a quite loyal and growing fan base. I don't know if you or he were aware of that.
He's telling me how he's been looking for him. Like, he works with a radio station and whatnot, and they've been playing his music, and he's getting some fans. They like his music.
His entire life was looking for justification and for reinforcement that what he was doing was valid.
He used to just stand on the street corners and play his sax and do his scatting, and he didn't have no bucket there asking for money. He wanted people going to work and coming from work to just feel a little good about themselves. People did laugh at him. I guess it did get to him, but he kept right on with it. He never gave up. Never gave up.
Hey, my man. Boy, this hasn't been easy. Mr. William Taylor, Mr. William H. Taylor, otherwise known as
Shooby Taylor.
The Human Horn.
The Human Horn.
That's him.
That's me.
This is something I hate to do.
Impulse to laugh, to say, this is ridiculous, what is this, you know? But if you continue listening, you can recognize that there is great virtuosity there. There's a great talent. What he's doing is uncopyable.
Shooby, your music is very, very joyous. Did you intend for that to be?
No, I just enjoy to be myself. And as myself comes in, it comes out joyful. Oh. Yeah.
Can't do it anymore, though.
No, I don't do it no more because, all right, I had a stroke in 1994.
These are the birthday cards and the letters. I wrote letters to all the people who wrote to you.
That's right. Thank you.
Dear David, I want to thank you for your well wishes on my birthday. It's good to be appreciated for my music after all these years. God bless you.
Right.
William Taylor, a.k.a. Shooby Taylor, the human
Human
horn.
horn.
It's authentic. It's real. It's you.
That's right.
He's so happy. He's so proud. He's saying, somebody likes my music. Somebody, I've got fans now. Shooby, I got some fans. He is so thrilled.
Let him hear the Shooby.
I will, absolutely.
Let him hear the Shooby. Let him hear the Shooby.
These people deserve attention. They want attention. We should give them attention. We should pay attention to their music, remembering at all times that by its very definition, outsider music is marginal. You can make a documentary about it, you can write articles about it, but this stuff is never going to go platinum. It crawls along the edges of culture beyond the periphery by definition. There are just people who see and hear things differently and express themselves in a creative way very differently, and who don't really have a grasp on the conventional ways of expressing oneself creatively. They're in cities, they're in little towns, they're on trains, they're living in cold water flats, they're living in mansions, they're in mental institutions, they're working day jobs, and then going home and creating something that's just out of this world and in some ways incomprehensible.
His hobby was taxidermy. Wormy, squirmy, taxidermy. Psycho! Psycho! He never entered into matrimony. He killed everybody at the ceremony. Psycho! I want to sell 1 million copies or more. I want a hit song. You know what a hit song is? I want it. Where is it? I need it. I got to accomplish something.
Bingo is a sexagenarian rock poet from Flushing, New York. He exclaims his lunatic rhymes in various New York City clubs wherever they'll let him on stage. He's often backed by local rockers who enjoy working with him. He's unpredictable, he's funny, and he's real.
I am Bingo Gazingo, and I canonize myself as the god of love. I am the love god. I'm the greatest. Have you heard? I'm a statist. You can go insane, waiting for a phone call that never came. I think I hear the phone ringing, but it's only ringing in my brain. I thought I heard you calling my name, but I did get a call from an old lady asking, is this the chicken nugget? It's a true story. I got a wrong number from this woman that called maybe 3 or 4 times. I guess she was looking for a kosher chicken market.
That's the point of the song, is it?
The point is this the chicken market? Are these the people? Is this the chicken market? Does it make sense? Does the world make sense? That's what it means. You can go insane, waiting for a phone call that never came. I'm waiting for a phone call all my life. No, I don't get that phone call. Where the hell's the phone call? That's going to make me rich or something like that. It's going to make me a big shot. I'm waiting for that phone call.
Maybe you're not appealing to the masses. Maybe
The
your
masses.
sound.
I am the masses. Who do you think I am? I'm the masses. But the record company is saying who the artists are and the masses are. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just as good as they are. Maybe greater. Maybe my CD is greater than all the other CDs. A horses say, John Wayne, you're full of it. But anyway, everything's okay at the OK Corral.
What's wrong with him?
I had to reevaluate over the years my estimation of many of these artists, who I used to consider incompetent or inept or wrong in some ways, so wrong they were right. Gradually, my reevaluation, I came more to treasure these people, to honor them, to respect them, and to
Wilder than I looked. But what is an artist supposed to look like? You know, you do what you think you want to do at the time, the way what you're feeling, not what you're looking.
Over the years, I've had a lot of good times and a lot of bad times. I've gone through a lot of suffering, had a lot of things not turn out the way I wanted them to. My first wife and I got married at the age, I was only 19 years old, and it ultimately ended up in a divorce. And I was in an automobile accident, and it cost me the job that I had at the university. And I ended up just about losing everything. I went through a bankruptcy. I lost my apartment. My car was totaled in the accident. I was in the emergency room at the hospital. So I was always in the position of, will I be able to continue? I don't want to lose this. And I don't want to just throw it away. And so all of that was in the four musicians from the Buffalo Philharmonic and Cheektowaga Symphony Orchestra doing the strings, a flute player, and a harp player. And that was it.
And who paid for that?
I did.
It sounds like, I mean, that would have cost a lot of money, wouldn't it?
It did. Spent a couple $1,000s just on those two songs. So what do you think of the studio, huh?
It's neat.
You see these louvers over here? You can change the acoustic effect in the room with these things.
Oh.
By the way that you direct them. And there's some on the other side there, that whole wall. And if you need more reflection or less reflection, the way you turn them will give that to you.
Al has talked about his music to me.
What do you make of them?
Well, when I was approached by Erwin Cusick about it, the term didn't mean anything to me.
I've never met Alvin. We've spoken on the phone a few times. He seemed a bit surprised that anybody would call him about his music at this late date. And I explained how I'd come across it and that I was fascinated with it. Then I put one of his songs on volume 2 of Songs in the Key of Z.
Well, when I listened to the Outsiders CD, I thought some of the artists were a little strange, and the quality level seemed to vary considerably from track to track.
Alvin said that the other musicians on the Songs in the Key of Z CD, you know, who shared positioning with him, were not up to his standards. They weren't as good as him. So even among outsiders, there seems to be some disagreement about the value of each other's work.
I listened to some of the music and I thought, wow, I wonder what these people are like. You know, are they walking on 2 or 4 legs? But
No, it bothered her far more than it did me, actually.
I really did cry. Al kind of laughed it off and he thought, well, if nothing else, you know, it gave me exposure and what have I lost? But I was hurt in here because of the heart of the music.
Every single artist that I consider outsider sounds very different from one another. What links them is the spirit in which the music is created.
So you grew up thinking that life was free, but now you know you're gonna have to be nothing. You're gonna be nothing. Now you say you can visualize the pain and how fast it grows, yet you remain nothing. You're nothing but nothing. There is no limit to the heat of the flame. You wish that you were merely insane, but that's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Peter Grudzien has been performing openly gay country music since the early 1960s. He was out before most people even knew there was a closet. Peter lives and works in the house where he grew up, in Queens, New York.
Listen to all the tracks myself. I don't feel like it's my song and my music.
Have you worked with other people?
I've recorded alone all my life. It makes me feel like the song is my own. And I didn't always get along with people that well, so I never had a band of people backing me up or anything. I don't have to wait for the drummer to show up. I use a drum machine that's here on time. I don't have to pay bass players or anything. I just do all the tracks myself, and it makes me feel like the song is my own.
There's a big hole in your britches, and your knees are showing. They've been into you for years, hill woman. You white trash hillbilly trick. You're so young and fair and smooth.
I played country because of my country roots and my country background, and I sang gay because of my lifestyle.
Do you consider yourself totally gay, Peter?
Hmm?
Do you consider yourself totally
No, I'm bisexual. Get a picture of Barbara now, too.
No, I am his fiancée. Is that considered the image?
No.
I'm you know, totally heterosexual. Boys are his hobby. I fell in love with his music when I heard it as a kid. I thought he was, not the gay part, but I just felt he was really remarkable.
Sure. Did I show you my clone? I didn't get to show you my clone, did I?
No.
No, this is supposed to be a march in California after the Stonewall raid, which I never marched in California, and my clone is in it. Right here. There I am. And this is the actual shirt I wore in that period. As you can see, it's a navy jersey and it doesn't button in the front. The one my clone is wearing is a tie-dye shirt that buttons in the front. And that's not my shirt. So it's not me. It's my clone. And this is what it looks like, just like me. Paid goons started the riot. The Stonewall kids were shocked. These paid goons, they were hired to see the bar was torn apart. 20 years later, they put my clone on TV. They even dressed him up so that he would look just like me. They harass me and they torture me, thinking I will kill myself. But instead I outsmart them with the music that I sell.
Has his illness interfered with his music? Tragically. Absolutely tragically. Obviously, it's paranoia. His money at the ceiling now. Has affected his music a lot, of course.
It's her opinion. You know.
No, of course. It's my opinion.
What do you feel about it, Peter?
Well, I feel that there was basis for my paranoia. It wasn't imagined. It affected my music because it's me. And I write about what my experiences. I felt like I was sharing what was being done to me. And I was letting people know, you know, what I was going through. It's just been happening for me since around 1995 that I even knew my album was a collector's item. These people at Parallel Worlds got in touch with me. Through them I found out that my album was selling around the world and it was a collector's item, and it's only around since 1995 that I know that I'm being recognized at all. You know, I was just working blind all my life.
The soul of man will someday have to burn, and you're the one who calms the angry sound. You're the one who bathes my lips in brandy, and you're the one who feeds me Kentucky candy.
Outsider musicians feel this compulsion to express themselves musically against all odds sometimes. I don't think they necessarily do it to become famous, to reach an audience. They hope to reach an audience, but I don't think that's their prime motivation. There's something inside that needs to come out. Next up, we've got BJ Snowden. She's a school teacher from Billerica, Massachusetts. She writes her own songs. She's not a very polished singer or piano player, but she's a very inspiring performer. I've yet to see any jaded New York club hopper leave one of her concerts without a big smile on their face and a warm glow in their heart.
Am I going too fast? Yeah, stop it. Okay, I'm going to slow down. Yeah, I'm too fast. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're not quite in tune.
Yeah, I'm going to slow down. I would like to just be known all over the world and make a lot of money at something that I enjoy doing. You know, I'm sort of sick and tired of like working at jobs where I have to, you know, listen to these bosses who can't stand me and who belittle me. You know, I want to do my music. I think that's why I'm on this earth, for my music. And that's what I really want to do. I don't want to work for anybody. You know? In 1989, my mother and my son and my Uncle Eddie and I all went up to Canada. We went all over the Canadian provinces. Very pretty out there. Very clean, very pretty, you know, a lot of woods. I liked the country so much that I decided to write about it. I heard a melody inside my mind when I was there, and when I got home I said, I got to write this out. I have to write it out. So I did, get the music together, and bingo. I made cassettes first, and I sent them out, and then when I got hooked up with this company in New York City, Venus Records, then they decided to put it out in CD form, And that's what happened. You and me. It is a home away from home. It's Canada and Canada and Canada. Folks treat you like a queen.
Do you have an idea how many albums you have sold? You know how many?
That's a very hard question. I don't know. Maybe 100. I don't know. Do you have any idea how many CDs I sold? I really don't. I don't really sell that many. No, I
Hearing Andres, I love a lot of the extended chords that he does. I didn't really analyze it. I don't know if they were 11ths or 13ths. But
he does a lot of 13s.
Yeah,
sharp
so that's
11s.
probably what it was.
A lot of sus4s.
Yeah.
He does a lot of that.
It's so nice to have it not the typical triadic harmony.
Yeah.
You know, and you're way out of that too. You have such good counterpoint.
Thank you. Everyone is having fun. Everything is under the sun in New Brunswick. New Brunswick. 1,500 miles the shoreline. Great place to wine and dine in New Brunswick. Everybody has different types of music, and you should try to push to the people who like your type of music. You know, you just keep plugging away. Don't give up. That's my 3 words. Don't give up. Canada. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
The genesis and the future of outsider music, to me, it's just part of a continuum. There have always been outsider music. You know, we just didn't record it because there wasn't the technology to capture it. It existed 100 years ago. I'm sure it existed 50 years ago and 10 years ago and now and 10 years from now and 100 years from now. As long as you have the curiosity and the persistence, you will find these people.
I'm New Yorker. I'm New Yorker. I was born in the Bronx 5,000 years ago. I drove an oxen, but it was too toxic. So I moved to Brooklyn, looking for an honest man and a crooked woman. Bar lights, car lights, starlights. I'm singing in Greenwich Village tonight. Mariah, how are you? I like your papaya. I like your pee-pee. Take off your clothes. I love my embryos. I will make my millions and billions and trillions of stem cells. It's so hairy. It's so scary. I want your cherry. Hey, who's this?
Oh, a crazy shouting old guy was what I first thought when I first heard it. But then, as I started to listen to it and hear the lyrics, I realized that he's really clever. And then, then I guess really genius after time goes by. Just meeting him and being able to work with him has been great. They played our song on Dr. Demento last week.
Of what?
The Dr. Demento show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's definitely a comedic genius in my mind. I mean, as far as humor goes, he's brilliant, and he's got a great way with words. I think there's some part of the language part of his brain just sort of has a magic power.
We went to Washington, D.C., So that was about a week before the wiper, the swiper, the swiper, the hyper, swiper, swiper, criper, whatever they're called.
The sniper. It seems like a lot of popular culture has gotten very sterile, and I believe that these outsider artists like Bingo, they're outside of all that and they have something special to offer. They have personalities to offer, they have a sense of humor to offer that's not smeared or smoothed out by anything else. If you want the real stuff, you want the raw stuff, you know, he's definitely got it. We're on the outskirts of Paris, and we're gonna do a show in a couple hours with my robot friend show, but with Bingo. Kind of finishing it all off, more or less. Yeah, I don't have any euros.
What luggage have you brought with you?
What'd you say?
What luggage? What bags?
No, just songs. Hello, France, land of romance. Well, if I get all the lines right, I feel good for one day. After that, I'm frustrated again. If I get my name in the Village Voice, that's good for a week. So then I feel good for a week. But then I'm frustrated again. I don't speak good. I don't talk good. But I sing, then I feel good.
I want to get you to someplace quiet where you can sleep for a little bit.
Nah. What do you got coming up next?
Next? Well, the record's gonna come out in a few months with You Out of the Computer on it. So that'll be pretty good. Last record sold, it'll be a few thousand.
What?
The last record sold like a few thousand copies, so.
So the new one should do better.
Yeah, right, exactly, because it'll have you on there.
What's this?
Well, here's your wonderful bed.
That's a bed?
Lie down.
How do I know that's a bed? That's a bunk.
It's a bunk bed. So I'll come and get you in a little while.
You don't exist, you're off my list, you're just an intruder. You're out of the computer. I didn't abuse you, I didn't shoot you, I just took you out of the computer.
I'm not sure that anybody needs to have outsider music in their life as part of a well-rounded musical diet. If most people did hear it, I'm not sure they would like it. I don't think they'd take it seriously. I'm not going to say that it's the great loss in their life, but I think that there's something to be gained by hearing the impossible performed.
You're out of the computer. And if you see me first, you say hello. And if I see you first, I'll say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed The Outsiders. Keep your ears open. You never know what you might find out there.
When they want to